How many people in the world right now are working on AGI?
At least 20,000, I would say.
20,000?
I would expect so.
Okay, and how many people are working full-time to make sure AI doesn't, kill us all?
Probably less than 200 in the world.
Hey, I'm Samantha, and welcome to Samantha Learns It All. Listen, are you overwhelmed with AI right now? Because I am. And everybody I know is. It's in our jobs. It's in our feeds. The kids are using it for homework. And most of us still don't really know what it is, or better yet, what to do about it. And then I watched this documentary called The AI Doc. And I'm sitting here thinking, why is nobody talking about this?
Your fear of AI is the collapse of humanity.
Well, not the collapse, the abrupt extermination. There's a difference.
This should be everywhere.
So they started making this movie
Because my wife is 6 months pregnant. Is now a terrible time to have a kid.
They interviewed every expert who actually built this stuff. The guy from OpenAI, which is responsible for ChatGPT.
and we're expecting. And I'm having an existential crisis as my wife is 6 months pregnant. And I think my first question, which I ask everybody, is now a terrible time to have a kid? Am I making a big mistake?
I'm expecting a kid in March too.
You're expecting a kid?
Yeah.
You're expecting March.
First kid. So excited for anything.
That's how I feel.
The people behind Claude.
Private discussions with the other guys whose fingers are on the trigger, so to speak. Do those private discussions fill you with confidence, or do they make you more anxious?
Tristan Harris from the documentary back in 2016, 2017, The Social Dilemma.
Dwarfs the power of all other technologies combined.
AI dwarfs the power of all other technologies combined.
Yeah.
Do you think that's true?
Yes.
And they're all saying the same thing. So I'm bringing it to you. Stick with me for 10 minutes, and you'll walk away knowing more about AI than 99% of people. Let's get into it.
Hello and welcome to the Oprah Podcast. Artificial intelligence is woven into the fabric of our daily lives. But there are so many experts, and maybe you too, who have concerns, grave concerns, some people do, about its unchecked power, while others are optimistic that it's going to transform our lives for the better. It already has for many of us. So what do you think? Well, there's a new documentary coming to theaters on March 27th that attempts to answer these two questions. Should we be excited or should we be very scared? And what, if anything, can everyday people, all of us, do about any of it? The film is called The AI Doc. Easy to remember.
We talk to people who work at these AI companies, and they say they want to do something different, but they need public pressure. They need the government to do something. So then we go to DC, and they say, well, we need Silicon Valley to do something different. They're the ones who are going to come up with the guardrails. And so everyone is pointing the finger at someone else and what they agree on.
What I really respect about Tristan Harris is that he's not the anti-technology guy, and he accepts the fact that technology is here whether we want it to be or not. But mainly that he's trying to push for a more humane and ethical tech, especially as AI becomes more powerful. So when I saw that he was connected to this documentary, I knew I had to watch it because I was already a huge fan of the Social Dilemma documentary on Netflix a while back. And it's more specifically around the conversations that it started around technology and humanity and mental health.
Is that we need public pressure in order for something else to happen. And that's what you and all the people watching this movie can do.
My reaction is that this documentary was made because a lot of us, if not all of us, are feeling the AI overwhelm and all the things. There's so many different feelings and emotions on it. And mainly this documentary is answering the question, what can I do as an individual?
With one of the groups and sail off into the sunset. I want to be with the optimists.
Of course, but you don't want to be, everything is great, la-di-da-di-da.
I kind of do want that, though.
I think we should approach it like you approach surgery.
What do you mean?
If you're getting brain surgery, it's pretty dangerous, but if you do it right, they'll get that tumor out and you'll live for the rest of your life and it'll be awesome. But it's still incredibly dangerous and scary. You have to take every precaution possible in order to make sure it all goes well. You can't fuck around.
That there are tests and safety standards that are applied to everyone.
We need some ground rules, and we need to keep adapting those rules at the speed that the technology develops.
People who are all in agreement that this is scary. Based on the timelines that a lot of people have given me, we have between 2 months and 5 years to figure this out. And I guess my biggest question is, why can't we just stop?
Is there something that we can do? And the answer is yes. So for me, I think part of watching this documentary and sharing it with you is that it's something that I can do, which is encourage everybody to watch it. The main key takeaways for me is that AI is here to stay. It's probably not what you think it is. And that whether you use it, whether you like it, you don't like it, whatever your feelings are on it, it's not going anywhere. And there's nothing that we can do to change that. But that if we want to use it in a way that serves the greater good of humanity, that we essentially need to publicly push up against the big companies and the government.
There is currently more regulation on selling a sandwich to the public than there is on building potentially world-ending AGI.
To consistently find good ways of asking for transparency and governance around this.
Let them know that you are not happy with the current status quo.
It's like boring to say call your congressperson. I'm not saying you should just do that, but we do have to do that. Like, we do have to get the government involved.
So we just called, say, hey, stop big tech from ruining the world?
No, but there are tons of really obvious, straightforward things we can be demanding. We need transparency. We need to end the secrecy that exists inside these labs because they are building powerful technology and the public deserves to know what's going on.
Ultimately, we're going to need independent, objective third parties to evaluate this systems. We can't count on the companies to grade their own homework.
If a company uses ground rules, and we need to keep adapting those rules at the speed that the technology develops.
The last thing is to upgrade ourselves.
This is not the job of a safety team at any given lab or the CEO. So this is everyone's job.
Don't leave it up to the AI experts like that. This is the moment that we are transitioning from mostly human cognitive power to like AI cognitive power, and it affects everyone, and I want people to be in on that conversation.
And I would say, if you think that AI will kill us all, you should be working in AI research to make sure it doesn't, because you do have an enormous amount of agency.
Whoever you are an expert in your own industry, in your own school, in your own family. And it's up to you how AI is used in your life.
Love if parents everywhere went to the AI companies and said, how can you be better on this, including us?
So whether you want to join your school board or whether you want to ask your employer how they're using AI technologies, all of us can do the work.
Here's what I keep coming back to after watching this whole thing. They state in the documentary that there's approximately 20,000 people who are working on building right now AI, but that there's approximately only 200 people who are working on making it safe. Cringe. And the documentary's answer to this is not to panic or just log off or act like it's not happening, but to simply be in the conversation, which I think we can all do. To ask questions, to talk about it with people in our lives, and to pay attention to how it's showing up. Has anybody else seen this documentary? What are people's thoughts about it? Does anybody know of anything that's happening within their community that is asking for transparency or governance around the issue? I'm curious what your guys' thoughts were or reactions to the documentary. Until next time.